Yeah, trendsetter, whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals, hit it dead center. Bullseye, hit it the most, is no misses. Something like fish in a barrel, it's no different. Blindfold on me, I still got the...
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jacob, also known as PickManagement, back here with the Wagering Wizard, my guy Mark, for another episode of the NHL Betting Insiders. We have been on fire this week. Our weekly record, I am currently 13-8-1. Mark, a stellar 11-4-1 to debut his first full week on the show. Unreal record. His newsletter and algorithm has been firing on all cylinders, and it is something that is a can't-miss part of this show. It is a really great tool that Mark has dedicated a lot of time into building, and it is terrific. But today we have a special guest, TJ, who you guys might recognize from Shoot Your Shot. He took a chance on the Driving the Line show to really step into the sports betting broadcasting world, if you will, and kind of do what we do. He's trying to build his own podcast and get into the industry and all that. So we want to give him a little help and welcome him to the show. So here we go, and here is TJ. TJ, how are you, buddy?
Good, fellas. Good to see you guys. Happy to be here. Excited.
I'm not coach, and I know he was harsh on you, but we got to bring the energy, TJ. Got to bring the energy.
I'll bring it up, man. Thanks.
But yeah, we're going to check in with Mark real fast. Mark, we were just talking about his newsletter and algorithm is killing. I don't know if you know Mark, TJ, but Mark has developed an algorithm for NHL that has been hitting at like 70% the last 2 months. It is an unreal thing. He has a newsletter based around it. Really great. Make sure you sign up for that. But before we dig into today's NHL slate, we have a full slate. I got to let you guys know to check out the Juice Roll app. It is the only totally free app that syncs automatically to your sportsbook to track your plays, to give you third-party verification. It also adds insights and analytics to how you wager so you can become a better. I mentioned this before. I didn't even realize my last 15 Vancouver Canuck picks, I have gone 15-0 my last 15 Vancouver picks and 17-3 my last New York Rangers picks. So I'm going to keep picking on those two teams because I am cashing big time with them, and I wouldn't know that without the Juice Roll app. Juice Roll link is below.
Guess who's playing today?
Rangers and Canucks. Let's get it. Let's try and make that 16-0 and 18-3. You guys might know where I'm headed. But yeah, what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna do this. We're just gonna, whip it around, give a couple best bets. We'll talk about each one's best bets real quick, and then we will get everyone out of here. So we're gonna start with Mark. Mark, why don't you give us a couple of your best bets for tonight's slate, and then I'll jump in with TJ. I'll give you mine, and we will get you guys out of here. So, Mark, why don't you go ahead and drop it?
So this is going to be for the first game on today's slate. And I know we're cutting it close with getting this out and letting people see it, but it's also going to be in the newsletter that's going out shortly. I'm going to Detroit, where St. Louis is taking on Detroit. Look, I'm going with the under 6.5 in this one. It's minus 110. This is really just a play on both goalies who are playing pretty solid at this point. Binnington is 3-2 in his last 5, and he's only given up 12 goals in those games. On the other side, Alex Lyon, in his last 6 starts, he's also only allowed 12 goals for a 2-goal-a-game average. They're just both playing really, really solid right now. And I also love this because Saturday early games, here's a little nugget for you. In the last 10 Saturday noon Eastern start times, the under has hit in 7 of them. Give me the under here.
Yeah, I love that for sure. This isn't going to get out in time. We'll keep this as an official play, and we will post it on the socials, so you guys won't miss out on this one. But also, you won't miss out if you sign up for Mark's newsletter. Mark, what else do you have for today?
The other one I'm going to is on the other side of this. We gave you one under. We're going with an over. I'm going to Vancouver, where the Bruins are taking on Vancouver today. Both of these teams are scoring machines when it comes to the first period. It's insane. Boston has a plus 23 goal differential in the first period. Vancouver is plus 29. Boston has scored in the first period in 66% of their games so far this year. Vancouver has scored in the first in 72% of their games this year. It doesn't matter who they have in goalie. Both of these teams score. In the one meeting that they had this year earlier, Boston won 4-0. They scored 2 goals in the first period, so they covered this line anyway. Give me the over 1.5 here. The over 1.5 is at +110.
I love that. Vancouver 7-3 the last 10 games, goal in the first 10 minutes. So not only are they scoring a lot in the first period, but they're scoring early and often. Vancouver also 6-4 their last 10 to the over in the first period. Let me see what this Boston 8-2 last 10 first period overs. So love that play from Mark. TJ, any thoughts?
Yeah, I like that play. I was also looking into that earlier, and it was a lean of mine, the over there. So I agree with Mark.
Sure. Leaning TJ's, carry Mark. Mark, how's your back doing? Is it?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Yeah. No, I'm just giving you a hard time, TJ. I know. You're a sharp guy.
You're good. I could take it, man. I could take it.
That's why, when I saw the background on Shoot Your Shot with the jersey and stuff, I knew it was official to have a Canadian with the Maple Leafs jersey. You got to have him on a hockey show. Just off the strength you're Canadian, so we're gonna have to
appreciate that.
Have you on here.
You guys can razz me about being a Leafs fan too. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Trust me, that's coming. I got one for you.
Yeah. Mark, did you have anything else for today?
Yeah, I got 2 more actually. If you want to go through.
Let's
Speaking of the Toronto Maple Leafs, we're going out to Colorado where they're taking on the Avalanche. And look, the reality about the Maple Leafs is that they have been an absolute scoring machine. They've got a 3.75 goals a game average on the year. In their last 7 games, let me make sure I get this right. 3, 4, 4, 9, 4, 6, and 7 for a total of 37 goals, which is a crazy 5.29 goals per game average. It's insane.
That is huge, yeah.
They were at home for 3 of those games. They were on the road for 4 of them. The 4 road games included Vegas, Arizona, St. Louis, and Ottawa. Do you know what all of those venues have in common?
What's that?
They're not played. They are not played at a mile above sea level in altitude. Okay. We always talk about it in other sports when everybody goes to Denver to play in Denver, the altitude gets to them. You need some time to adjust. Same thing goes for Toronto. When they played in Toronto in the one previous meeting this year, the Avalanche won 5-3. I don't see Toronto being able to have the juice and the gas at the end of this game to really push and keep that scoring going. That's why I'm taking the under 6.5 at +115.
Fair enough.
I'll jump in there if you don't mind.
Yeah, go for it, TJ.
So I'm on the same game. I figured we'd take my first pick. We'll go to Hockey Night in Canada game. Makes sense. I'm on the over on this game. I'm going to take the over at 6.5 at -135. The reason behind this mostly is because in the last 12 meetings between these two teams, they have hit the over against each other. And then in the last 5 games for Toronto, like Mark said, 4-5, but also Colorado is hitting the over 14 of the last 20 games. So I just see a lot of goals here because both goalies actually have a very bad subpar under 900 save percentage. So,
TJ, we call that, on this show, we've developed something new. We're working on it. We call this a face-off. If you
I like that.
You're on the other 2 sides. So I'm actually going to be on TJ's side of this face-off because 12 out of the last 12 home games for Colorado, when they have faced Toronto, have gone over the total. And then also, like TJ touched on, 14 of the last 20 for Colorado, 4 out of the last 5 for Toronto. Toronto's been on fire, won 6 in a row, putting up a ton of goals. I don't see how this goes under. I just don't.
Well, can I just give you a little insight into the crystal ball here?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So Ilya Samsonov is scheduled to go for the Leafs in his last 2 road games. In his last 4 road games, he's got a 2-goal against average. So he's not letting the other team score a whole bunch. He's 4-0 in those starts, with a 91.1% save average in those 4 games. Alexander Georgiev, who in his last 4 home games has a 93.5% save rate with a 1.76 goal against average. That's what the model sees. And when you start looking at everything and combining, scoring offenses, defenses, penalty kills, and including everything and all the data points, we come out well below the 6.5, which is why I love this play.
I will say this. You mentioned that Samsonov has a goals against average around like 2 or so in his last games because he has won his last 5 games in a row. But the teams that he has played, Mark, Arizona, Philly, St. Louis twice, the Islanders, these are teams that aren't scoring machines. So,
they're powerhouses.
Yeah, so I don't. While he has been shutting them down, an offensive juggernaut like Colorado may be able to get a couple more past him than Arizona. So that is why we're on that side. What else do you have for tonight? Though? You got one more?
The last one I have for you is we're going to go to the Nashville game over in San Jose. They're taking on the Sharks. Look, there's just no question. These are two dynamically different teams right now going in different directions. The Predators are 3-2 in their last 5. The Sharks are 1-4. Their goalies are expected to start. Well, we have one confirmation already, but Saros is expected to get the start for Nashville. Capo Kakkonen, I believe. Am I saying that right?
Capo Kapanen.
That's the guy.
Say it one more time, TJ. Oh wait, TJ, say it one more.
Capo Kapanen.
Capo Kapanen.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a pro delivery there, TJ.
Yeah, in his last 2 games, he's 0-2 with a 4.04 goal against average and a pathetic 89.5% save rate. This thing should be over in regulation. There's no reason why the Predators shouldn't take care of this in 60 minutes. I'm taking the Nashville on the 3-way money line at -145.
Yeah, I love that. A couple things here for me on this one. I'm on the same thing. I'll probably be taking Nashville -1. You get a little bit better price. I mentioned before, I can't find it pregame. If you guys have a book that offers -1 pregame, let me know. If not, you can usually find it live, at least at Bovada, which is where I play. But Nashville 8-0 straight up their last 8 against San Jose. 4-2 straight up overall, 14-6 straight up the last 20 on the road, and 4-1 straight up the last 5 when playing on the road against San Jose. The San Jose team is just garbage. And, if there's, tanking in hockey, this would be a perfect example of a team who just does not have anything left in them for, I don't think, the rest of the season. So San Jose is going to be a bet against for me going forward every game if I can find it. So
yeah, it'll be an auto bet.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree with that.
Yeah, auto fade for real. Them and Arizona. But love that play. TJ, anything for you on this one?
Yeah, actually, if I can jump in here, I'm on the puck line for Nashville on that one, -1.5.
Stepping it up. Mark 3-way,
yeah.
me -1, TJ 1.5. All right, we'll take it.
We'll take it anyway. Nashville's just a really good road team here. They're 16-10-2, and the Sharks are just awful at home this year because they're just awful. So I'll tell you the record is 9-15-2, but there's no point. They're a bad team, and that's why we're fading them.
Love it. Great breakdown. Keep it simple. Mark, so that's it for you, right?
That's it for me.
All right, TJ, why don't you jump into the rest of your plays? I know you gave out the over in Toronto, Colorado, Nashville -1.5. What else do you have?
Okay, we're going to go to New York. We're going to take them on the money line, -135. I like the Rangers in this game over the Flyers because they've won 9 of their last 10. The Flyers are 5-4-1, and their last 3 meetings, New York is 3-0 against them and scoring 4 goals on average and only giving up under 2. Last time they met, the game was 3-1, and that's why I'm on the money line for that. I have another one for this game too.
Slow down.
No worries. No worries.
We'll talk about the money line first. So I am on the money line too for this game. Like I mentioned before, I'm like 17-3 my last Rangers picks. So apparently I am dialed into this team. But 9-0 straight up the last 9 games, 5-0 straight up versus Philly. 5-1 straight up the last 6 on the road, and 5-0 straight up the last 5 when playing on the road against Philly. You don't see like that kind of road domination of a team going back that far, but they have just continued to beat this team and playing on the road. And Philly is just, they've had a little resurgence lately. 5-2 their last 7 games, which did worry me a little bit. But I think the Rangers are on a different level than this Philly team right now. Winners are like 9 out of the last 10, and the teams Philly has beat recently. Chicago, Arizona, Seattle, Winnipeg, not the, greatest teams in the league. So, lucky to get a few wins lately, but I think this Rangers team is just dominant right now and has, high playoff aspirations and deep playoff run hopes. So I think they're like the Rangers second half of the season is really getting into gear, and I see them to continue winning. Yeah, Mark, what do you got?
I just got to throw in a little nugget here. The Rangers are kicking off their 10th back-to-back scheduled games. Everybody knows they have just an amazing. They're 9-0 in the second half of a back-to-back. So tomorrow should be just an auto bet on the Rangers again for you. The thing that scares me about that play, though, is that in the first half of back-to-backs, they are only 3-6-0. They're
Who's on a back-to-back?
The Rangers are.
The Rangers. They're playing today in the first half of a back-to-back.
Oh, today's the first half, and then they play again tomorrow. Gotcha. Sorry. I was like, they didn't play yesterday.
Right. So
gotcha.
They're on the first game of that. They're 3-6-0 and they're also in a non-split, which means that they're at home for both these games. For non-splits, they are 0-3-0 in the first half of a back-to-back. I think the Flyers might be able to catch them. Maybe sneakily. It might be a live bet option for me later on.
Oh, are you gonna make it official? Or we have 2 face-offs today, Mark?
No. I'm just saying that's something to consider. I need to look into it a little more.
That's true. But is Igor's confirmed for today, right?
Yeah, it's Igor. I was going to say that.
Yeah. So I don't think. I think if I think that he will do the job that he needs to do today, and I'm sorry. Mark, I disagree on this one. I just do.
If I could just jump in,
the
reason why I do like that, and I did see that in the look ahead. But the reason why I still like this play is because they have the Flyers today, and I think they really are going to focus on this game because tomorrow they have Columbus. And let's be honest, they're not going to look ahead to tomorrow. They're going to try and make sure they get this game done today against the Flyers.
I like that. Yeah, but the easier team to beat today would be out of the 2 would be the Flyers.
And Shesterkin knows that Quick's right behind him, and he has to be the better goalie, especially in a back-to-back.
Yeah, Quick. I had said a couple of days ago, I thought Quick is the really the answer to the Rangers, goalie situation because before the last 9 games, they were a little dicey there for a minute. But you had another play on this game?
Yeah, I also like the New York Rangers race to 2 goals at -120. They're usually a slow start team, but so are the Flyers. And I just see lots of goals in this game. And I think that they're going to jump on them in the first period because they know that they have a game tomorrow.
Awesome. Let's take a look at the first periods for.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Actually, you know what? What else? You had a couple more picks for today, TJ?
I have one more. So I also have the same kind of. Yeah. In the Florida game, I like Florida race to 3. They have been scoring their opponents like crazy. Up until the last 5 games where they've been struggling, but they've been giving up a lot of goals while scoring a lot of goals. And I think today that they're going to jump out against the.
What do you have for the odds for that?
It's -140. Sorry,
-140. A little juicy.
Juicy, but it's worth the squeeze.
Yeah, you stole it. Damn it. Yeah. No, but TJ, on this show, when you do it, you got to do it. So you got to say, sometimes the juice is worth the squeeze. You got to go for it.
Give it an attempt.
Just out of curiosity, hey TJ, who do you have? Because I've got Anthony Stolarz confirmed as the goalie for Florida, and that's the only thing that would concern me about that. Because in his last 3 home games, he's got an 86.9 save rate with a 3.3 goal against average. He's 0-2 in those games, and that's the only thing that might.
Yeah, you're right. He is the goalie, so. Yeah, that does kind of bother me a little bit, but I don't think Lindgren, who's starting for Washington, is that great either. And they're not scoring on. They're just a slow team, very, very slow. And I think that Florida is a very fast, brute team. I actually think Florida is going to jump out here in the first period, like they did against Ottawa, where they're going to ignore the puck for the first period and they're going to put a beating on the team. And Washington's not going to score. I like the under in the first in this too. It's just a small lean. But that's just because I see that the Florida has decided to try and take on a playoff hockey for the next couple weeks so they can get ahead.
Yeah, I like it. Great stuff. So if it's all right with you guys, we'll jump into my last couple of plays, and then TJ, we're going to talk to you for a minute before we get out of here. You can tell people what you are up to and what you're trying to build and whatnot. But I have just a couple more plays. I'm going to the Devils game. I took the Devils on the puck line versus the Canadiens here. I just think the Devils right now offensively are playing much better and the Canadiens really stink right now. So I think Devils at home are going to cause problems for them. Montreal just 1-6 straight up their last 7, 4-12 their last straight up their last 16 versus New Jersey, 1-5 on the road. I get the Devils. Lately, losers of 3 out of the last 4, but I just think someone's got to win this game, and I think the Devils are going to take advantage of playing at home against a lesser opponent, even though they're not playing too great, and I think they're going to take advantage of the spot and get a multi-goal win here. Anyone have thoughts on this one?
I have a lean towards the over because I think that Montreal's found something in that top line with the young guys, Suzuki, Caulfield, and their number 1 pick that I'm not going to attempt to say his name. Slavkovsky. There, I tried. Slavkovsky.
Slavkovsky, I like it. Close enough, but I just think that Montreal just doesn't put up enough goals here, and the Devils have kind of had their number as of late. Last game I have, though, 2 picks for this one. I am on Edmonton -1 and the game over 6. Calgary is not good against Edmonton. 1-8 straight up the last 9, 1-6 straight up the last 7 on the road against Edmonton. And we all know Edmonton 15-5 straight up the last 20, 16-4 the last 20 home games. Really just playing some dominant hockey lately, at home at least. I know they lost their last 2 games, but they were tough games to Minnesota and Boston. To me, excusable losses because those are some tough teams, but they're beating the teams that they're supposed to beat, and that's going to help them in the long run. And Calgary is one of those teams. And Edmonton games are always seeing goals, so I like both of those plays here. Did you guys have anything on this one? Nothing.
I like those plays though.
It's cool if you don't. I'm just throwing it out to you if you want to comment or whatever.
I think the downside of these Saturday games is that the goalie confirmations come out so incredibly late and last minute that, I look at what the Sims are saying and I look at what the model says and you try to put things together as best you can. And as they come in, we can adjust to it and do
Why
that.
Is the model going against me on this one? You don't sound too confident.
Yeah. Yeah. Although, it's, to be honest, it's really close. I mean, there's a 0.18 goal differential between the 2 teams, which would suggest it's going to end up in a tie, or we're looking at a 3-3 game type scenario.
Listen, Edmonton's already beat Calgary twice. Edmonton's already beat Calgary twice this year. Has had their number. Both games multi-goal wins. So I'm riding with the trends on this one, and I think whatever goalie it is will be able to do enough to keep this Calgary team down. So TJ,
unless Picker's playing a back-to-back because he was in net last night, they played Minnesota last night, so it should be Skinner.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So
sorry,
TJ,
go ahead, Jacob.
We are glad to have you on the show. We know you're a busy guy. We saw you on Shoot Your Shot. You did terrific on there. I thought you
did great on that.
Yeah, I thought you were
Thanks,
top notch. Great background. As a big key thing. I heard your wife is the one that helped you do that too. I have mine to help to make sure I'm centered on the shield and all that. So, I felt a real connection to you as you seem to be a family guy and really trying to, get involved in doing this. And it takes a lot to take that leap. Mark, same thing. Mark is from Shoot Your Shot as well. I saw him on there, and as soon as I did, I was like, that guy needs to be my NHL host. Tell people what you're up to. I know you said that you've been doing some videos and trying to do that. So go ahead and give us, 30 seconds on what you're up to.
Yeah, no problem. I saw Shoot Your Shot with Mark, and I agree that he did a really good job. I was actually going to be on that show with you, but I was a spare. Anyways, what I've been up to lately.
Oh yeah, you were TJ. You were the original backup. Yeah. All right. I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. What I've been up to lately is I've been trying to get on camera, so I started my own show on YouTube. I link it to my ex, which is TJ Parker at CO6. We usually go live anytime between 1 and 2. What's fun about it is I actually have a full-time job and I'm on the grind. So you get to see me at work doing it on my break. So it's pretty fun. And other than that, I'm a family man. I have 2 kids, so I'm busy. Busy household, 2 dogs, 2 cats, and a lovely wife who is very supportive. So that's why I'm here able to do this stuff.
That's great.
Nice.
Yeah, that is what it takes to do something like this. It is a grind for sure. And to give up your break at work to do a video that's dedication for real. I mean, like that's awesome. So we are really glad you came on here. You are always welcome on the NHL Betting Insiders, and we'll see about maybe being able to get you on here on a more permanent basis too. So we will talk to you soon. But TJ, thanks for having us on. And
Thanks.
let everyone know one more time where they can find all your stuff.
At on X at TJ Parker C06. And thanks again for having me, guys. And yeah, I'm available anytime usually. So
yeah, great.
Hey,
We're going to put the links and stuff to all his socials and his YouTube below. And thank you, TJ, for being on the NHL Betting Insiders.
Thanks again, fellas. Let's win some money.
Yeah, bye. Mark, TJ's pretty good, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, the guy's just solid. I saw him on Shoot Your Shot and thought he can do this.
Confidence. He took the notes pretty well from Coach. He was looking in the camera, knew his stuff, quick in and out, couple nuggets. That's the one thing that I have learned from being around some of these like real-time broadcasters is know the stuff, less information, but better. Yeah, less is more. Being able to know the knowledge and being able to look in the camera the whole time and being able to talk about something second nature is what really makes these shows pop and successful. So, Mark, why don't you recap your plays one more time for everybody and let people know where they can find you?
Fantastic. So we are on St. Louis, Detroit under 6.5. We are on Boston, Vancouver, the first period total over 1.5. We're going to take Toronto and Colorado and go the under 6.5. And we're taking Nashville on the 3-way money line.
Awesome. And your socials and whatnot?
Oh, yeah. You can find me on Twitter at BettorDaysAhead. There's a link in there to my newsletter subscription. I have both a free side and a pay side. The free side, you're going to get all these picks and analysis and breakdown of each of these games. On the paid side, you're going to get more picks. You're going to get the Sims data. You're going to get the goalie head-to-head sheets. And I have to tell you, I got a real quick on those head-to-head sheets. I got an email from a gentleman, Gary, in Ohio the other day who had been using these. He just subscribed, signed up, had been using the goalie head-to-head sheets. He was up 8.27 units, I think, off the top of my head, in just 2 days off the goalie head-to-head sheets. So, they work. I know they work. They're great. It's why I got restricted at one of the books. If you're interested, don't hesitate to sign up.
Yeah, Mark's newsletter and algorithm is seriously fire. You are missing out if you are not signed up with that. There's free side, pay side. You can find all of that in his socials and in the Discord, the PickManagement Discord. He's got his own channel in there. We're setting all that stuff up for him. So you can find all of Mark's great videos, info, and more all in one place. Nice, neat, and organized. Otherwise, I'll let you guys know one more time. Make sure to check out the Juice Reel app. The link is below. Climb the leaderboards. Be one of the top bettors in the Juice Reel community. Build a group of friends. You can also, if you are not interested, you're not like a serious bettor and are looking for picks and whatnot, you can follow the top people that top bettors in different categories. You can follow their AI models that they have that are hitting pretty well. Not as good as Mark's, but still pretty well. You get some winners there. And then, of course, get your all your picks and whatnot tracked and verified. And they provide insights and analytics into how you wager so you can become a better bettor at Juice Reel. Other than that, you guys can find me across all socials at PickManagement. This has been the NHL Betting Insiders. We will see you later.
Something like fish in a barrel, it's no different. Blindfold on me, I still got the